Wait. It's my fault. I was on mute. I'm sorry. User error. User error. I was on mute. So welcome to the live, guys. I am Sean, getting ready to engrave on some tumblers. Um, right now, I am prepping, trying to remove the handle. I'm only going to be doing the top part of the cup. So if you're new to my channel, then welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. So today we're using the big laser. I am one of those people that have a lot of items, well, a lot of things, gadgets. So, and I call them gadgets, but let me tell you, I use these. These are my business makers. So I'm actually working on an order for a young lady. Um, and then I have another order for a gentleman. So two tumblers. Last night I was working on embroidery. I had a lot of embroidery things, and I had some items uh, to cut because I can do. I can also cut wholesale items. So if you were looking for acrylic that you like to sublimate on, which means you can heat press an image on acrylic. Yes, you can do that. And if they're, you can even put vinyl on acrylic, so things like that. Hey, Miss Sherry, I'm having a little fight with this top screw on my tumbler. It does not want to give. Um, The other camera you see is of my laser and the rotary. That's where we will be working tonight. Um, so what's everybody else working on? Miss Sherry, you got your laser running over there? We're going to have a laser night where everybody's on live, working and cutting. Get some of these, get some of these folks. Then you could go live on your, could definitely go live on your Instagram channel. Because I know you're trying to get your numbers up over there. That would be cool. People would probably love seeing that. Give them a little behind the curtains magic. This is behind the curtains magic. Nobody wants to see me trying to take this screw out of here. I'm on my little desk and I have a ratchet, a little bitty ratchet, but I'm not sure where it is. It may be in my little tray, but don't know. Anybody else up working? I should start calling myself the midnight crafter because I'm always up after midnight. Literally, I am. Over here on Central Time. Whew, the squirrel, it is in here. All right, now it's coming out. I think the problem is it's in here, like the way it was in here, it's like slanted at an angle. So it's like crooked in here. So as soon as I get this off, I've already done my designs and I do my designs in Lightburn. Um, I really like light burn. I keep a couple things you have to do when you're working with tumblers is making sure that you understand the circumference of the tumbler as well as the diameter. So it takes you back to geometry. Let me tell you. Oh my gosh. Quilting takes you all the way back to basic math. This stuff takes you to geometry. So like you're all in. Now my tumblers are a little bit different because they have a few things. So they have a stopper to stop any leakage from here. There's an additional stopper right here over the top. So that if you tip your tumbler, um, it's very little leakage, like if any. Like when I tested these, I didn't have any. When I didn't have those stoppers in there, oh my God, water was everywhere. But when I did put them back in, very little leakage, which I absolutely love. Now, because the lids are acrylic, you have to be very careful with them because you can break the lid. Ask me how I know. Mine fell out of my backpack and crashed. I do like this tumbler. I do. I do. I like it a lot. I've actually carried this one for almost 9 months now. Um, and I use mine every day because as I go to the gym and things like that, it's really, really, really good for carrying your water. And I mostly use mine for water. And these engrave really well, as you will see here in a second. Now, I will tell you that a couple things that I like to do prior to using my actual tumbler. I have a ton of tumblers behind me that I use as my tester tumblers, like this one. See, it's an ombre color. No, I know. So I have this ombre color, but I use this. I messed up on it one time, so it was a test tumbler ever since. So it's my test tumbler. And so I put that in, and I start my design on that tumbler, so that way I'm not messing up this expensive tumbler. So we're not messing. We're not trying to go there. Mm-mm. No, no, no. So yes, the righty tighty lefty loosey thing on this. It's the top one. It's always the top one. And I think it's because when they put it in at the factory, it's at an angle. Like you can literally see the screw is at an angle. I'm trying to get it up out of this angle. Well, that's kind of the difficult situation. Let's see. So about engraving on tumblers. Okay. Okay. I'm glad you joined me. Um, oh, he's saying hi. Um, so one of the things that I do, I have, you know, I use the little flexible, sorry, um, I use this ruler or measuring tape to measure my tumbler because you have to know how far it's going to roll. You have to understand, um, make sure you're putting the design in the right spot on the tumbler. So making sure it's set up properly on the rotary. And I use a Boss rotary. I absolutely love my Boss rotary. And that's what you're seeing in the other photo there, or in the other video. So Oh, so I just use the one side that has the inches on it because all I need is the number, and I'll show you here in a second. All I need is the number to wrap around, so I'll know how wide how wide I need to know how wide this part is here, and then I need to know how wide this is because in Lightburn, what I do is I create me a square, and when I create my square, I make sure that my square is the length and width of this cup so that I put my design that I want on it in that square. So I make me a square like that in Lightburn. But, I always say it never hurts to measure it twice and measure every cup because sometimes the factory might mess up your tumbler and um, it's not the appropriate same size as the one you used before. So I try to make sure that I actually document that and to know the width of my tumbler. So that's a thing as well. Yeah, I think if you use the same side, I just use the one with the big numbers. That way, I'm not looking at the back; I'm just looking at the front because you got to have something flexible so you make sure that you get the the measurement correctly. I tell you, this whole thing, this can be like a little nightmare because trying to get this up out of here. And what you hear going on in the background here, I have two exhaust fans. My laser is the Laguna EX. It is a 150-watt laser. I absolutely love it. I have to come out. I need to cut some wood because I'm planning to make me a couple of little cute ironing boards for my quilting. And so I wanted to um, cut some wood, and also this will give me a chance to test out my laser. I have a new lens for my laser, which I can't wait to use because the lens is gonna give me a little bit more precision on cut, and also it will give me um, a little bit more um, power so that I can cut through a little bit some thicker material, which is really what I want to do. All right. Okay, I think I'm getting it. It's just, oh my God, it is really, really. Um, I think next time, guys, you see this blooper here where I can't get the doggone screw out. So next time, I'll wait because look, we're 15 minutes in. I should be done with these two tumblers if I had this handle off. But no, no. Tomorrow night, I need to cut some awards. So, oh geez, I dropped it. It hit my foot, but I don't see where it went. Crap. I hope it did not go underneath my car. I apologize. Nope, here it is. All right, I'm back. I'm back. So this one is black. This one is green. And as soon as I take this out, we'll run a test. Um, I will take you guys to the panel with the other one because I have a control panel where I upload my images. But I can also do a quick little light burn, show you what I did. because I really think the way I like to use it, I like it. I mean, I like light burn. I like it a lot. So, yes. Anybody working on anything tonight? Or is everyone winding down and I'm just the late night worker here? Can't get this out. This is nerve wracking. Okay, let me see. Where's my little ratchet? Um, okay, let's try this little one. See if it'll get it because it has a magnet on the end. Nope, it doesn't fit in there. So when you guys are working, what do you like to do? Do you listen to YouTube as you're working? What do you do as you're working? Talk to people. Most of the time, I'm on Clubhouse talking. Okay, I think it's trying to move, but don't know. Please, Louise. Okay, I may. I really want to get both of these done tonight. So this way, because here's what happens. So on my machine, my rotary, when I put it on there, it's not ready for cutting. It's just ready for this engraving type stuff. So I like to get all of my rotary things done. Then I take the rotary off, and then at that time I'll be ready to cut. Um, so I really like doing that versus going back and forth. And I also I moved my 3D printer into another area. So I think I may do a setup with me and, set up my 3D printer because that thing, I really want to have the CNC. I want to run that CNC on it because it's a 3-in-1. So welcome to the live. I am Sean. I'm working on engraving on some tumblers tonight. I'm using my Laguna EX. Um, it is a 150-watt laser, which I absolutely love. Um, Laguna is actually local to me here. I know they're in California and they're also here in Texas. Um, so well, I'm throwing things at myself. Sorry to bother you. Um, okay. I need to understand how to delete stuff. I don't think that hit my page, but that was a spammer. A spammer trying to get me with a promotion. It's not coming out, guys. I don't know what I'm gonna do because I really don't want to not do this. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I may have to let this one go. I'm gonna try one more time. It feels like it's loosening up, but it's at such a weird angle. It's at a weird angle. It's almost like I wish I had like a some type of machine to suck this thing out of here with a little drill just to unscrew this. Because at this point, it's on too much right now. And I don't want to strip the screw head, so I'm trying to take my time so that I don't do that. Anybody have any questions? Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Okay. My name can't stand is chat on a moderator. Not a moderator. Oh, there we go. All right. Okay, I think we're getting it. It's finally moving a little bit more. Yay. Okay. It's coming out. Yay, finally. Now I'll be able to knock out these two tumblers here really quickly because I finally have the screw out. Yay. Was doing too much. And I'm going to be engraving onto tumblers. One is black, one is green, and both are customized tumblers. And I do sell these on my website. They're pretty pricey, but they do have a little difference where the ability to spill is very less because of the fact that we have this little stopper that goes on the bottom of here, like so. Just pops on there. And then you also have this little stopper that sits underneath the top where the straw goes in. And when I tell you it seals it, it seals it. So when you open the lid, you have this little hole here. And then I put this little stopper in here. And it is sealed. And so it makes it definitely better um, for the not having to worry about leakage as much as you normally would. And so you see the stopper goes there. You have this one here and there, and so that helps to minimize leaks, which is great. And then it also comes with the straw topper as well. So a couple things it comes with, and the prevention of spills or lessens the spills. Um, because I'm a little clumsy, so I may knock over my water, but I don't want it in everything. So it works. All right. So a couple things. So I take this. Um, I measure how so wrong in. I measure the opening here. Oops. again. So this is one, this is like 4 1/4. It's like 4 1/4. I lie. Oh, a 4 1/4. It's right. It's about 4 1/4. Then I measure around here. And so I need to know that this is 12 inches, 12 and a half actually. So 12 and a half inches around. And then I also measure this part because as I'm getting ready to do my, and this is 6, so this goes to 6. And this is my embroidery, sorry. This is my laser area. So as I get ready, I measure the tumbler from top to bottom, or how the area that I'm going to engrave on. Then I also measure the circumference and the diameter. So gotta get back on your geometry terms, guys. You gotta get back on your geometry terms. Okay, so now what I do is I go into Lightburn, which oh shoot, let me tell y'all what. I'm sitting in my garage. My water purifier just moved the um, salt and scared the crap out of me. Okay. Ooh, jeez Louise. Okay. Hey, precious pieces. How you doing? All right. So what I do next after I catch my breath, because that scared the crap out of me, that noise. Um, so what I do next is I take and go into Lightburn, and I don't know, I'll share my screen because um, let's do that. I can share Lightburn, and so let's go into. Can you guys see my screen? Did I share it really? Let's see. Window, share. I think it's giving me an error message. Okay, give me 1 second because I don't know what it's doing. So let me do something. So what I'll do then is I will do share entire screen because that seems to be the best way. There we go. All right. So I don't think it's sharing at all. Yep, it's sharing. Okay. So let's go to Lightburn. All right. So this is Lightburn. I have 2 images already set. So if you recall, let me do one thing here. So if you recall, I measured my cup all the way around. So that's backwards. No, no, that's right. Okay, so the width of my cup is 3.3. That's from here to here. And then the height, well, my height is actually 6. So I got to change this because this is 12.4, but it's actually 6 because I'm not doing the full cup. So then I move this little square back over here. And this is the image, or one of the images. This is the image that'll go on the black cup. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna tell you why I'm a little concerned about what I just did because I normally cut in this box. Like this has been my box since I got my laser. Like, and I started doing tumblers. So especially for this size tumbler. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm gonna leave it because this one is the same 3.3 and 12.4. Now, there's a couple of things in Lightburn that's very important. So, because I'm on my laser, my rotary, I have to check to make sure that my software is still set up for the rotary. The best way to do that is for me to go into my preferences and see if the rotary is actually turned on. And the rotary enable window, but let me go here as well. So on the, oh, why did I just forget? Tools. Okay, let's look here. Rotary setup. All right. So under rotary setup, mine is enabled. So once you see this, you know it's enabled. Now, here you go. Here's my diameter. Here's my circumference. And that's all still good. Um, and so everything is set. One of the things that I learned and that I did was when I have my rotary, I actually saved a Lightburn file that is the settings for my rotary. So that way, every time I get ready to switch back to the regular settings, I have a file that I just upload for my regular settings, and then I have a file that I upload for my rotary settings. This way, I don't have to worry about keep making sure that my rotary settings are okay. Now, this image here is what's going to be on the green tumbler. Now, what I do have to do is take a look because this is my great book that I keep all of my settings in. When I'm doing things like acrylic and wood, I actually have these test cards that I use. And so these test cards help me to determine what's a good cut, what's not a good cut, based on the different types of acrylic and acrylic thicknesses, as well as wood and the wood thicknesses. This one is for engraving. This one is for cutting, as you can see. So if you look closely, there are places they had cuts, but they didn't fall out. So they had cuts, but they didn't come out. And here you can feel the cut and see how smooth it is or rough. It could be rough. So you could check it based on, okay, I have a 3 millimeter or a 1/4 inch piece of wood, and I'm doing it at 20%. And I'm also going 30 millimeters per second. And so then just looking at that, you can tell if for this type of wood, if that's what I want to do. And the same for this type of wood and engraving. So it gives you like a quick way to be like, oh yeah, I forgot. I just need to use these settings when you're setting up the things on this side. Now, what I have done is there's a lot of things that I've cut and the things that I use a lot of, I've written them down. And so this book stays out here next to the laser, doesn't go anywhere. It's the where it stays. And so for this particular tumbler, I actually use a, where is it? Powder coating. So I use a speed of, we can open this to the spread. This is where I would be updating it. So in this one, I use a speed of 120 to 140. So depending on the tumbler, this one, I think I normally use like 120. So we're going to start with 120. And then my power is about 25. And so right now I have it at 28. So I'm going to leave it at 28 because I don't think that's bad. Then I'm going to save it. And now I'm going to go over to the other one. What I have to do is I have to send this up to my laser. And so in order to do that, literally I just hit send, tell me what it is. And I'm going to say, because this is a 40-inch tumbler, so I'm going to do 40 tumbler or 40 tom, and then hit OK. It's going to look for the file, and it just sent it to my laser. All right. So now what I'm going to do is go over to the laser. And then once, oh, did I do all that without? Oh, I'm so sorry. Ah, I did all that without showing the screen. You guys didn't see the screen. No, you did not see the screen. I apologize. Hello. So, I apologize. Okay. So let's go back over here. I'm gonna show you back in Lightburn. I apologize. So here's Lightburn again. And so what I was saying was I actually have a square, and it is my circumference and my diameter of this tumbler, so that I know what space I have to do the actual design. So based on that, I know where I want the design to sit in the center of the tumbler and how it will print out. So I've already sent it to the machine by hitting the send button. I verify that my rotary is on. This is another way to verify that my rotary is on in Lightburn. I have a little green dot here. In addition to the fact that I can go to laser tools and rotary setup, and you'll also see a green dot. The green dot indicates that your rotary is on and set up. Okay, so now let's do one more thing. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to go over to the laser so that we can take a look. Hi, Miss Tammy. Welcome in. Okay, so let's take a look at the over at the laser. So I'm gonna get up and go over there. Um, so all right. So now it's this color that we want, but remember, got my little test buddy. So I'm gonna use the test buddy first. Isn't it cute though? It's like fuchsia. I'm gonna do my own little Vanna White. Like fuchsia and pink. Don't you just say love it? Okay, so I'm going over here to the laser. As you can see, I'm in my garage. Um, and I'm gonna use a little test buddy. It also will show me and help me to test how to position my tumbler as well, so that I don't hit these things here too. So let me go do that. One of the things that you'll hear me do is you'll hear some beeping. That's me on the control pad of the laser. So on the control pad, I have to, once I've sent the image over to the laser, then I have to go retrieve it. So I'll retrieve it. It'll come into the laser on the screen. I'll be able to see that. And then you'll see me run the test, because like I have to run a test to see basically like a framing of it, make sure that everything is set properly for the printing of it, including the origin and where it's going to print on the tumbler. So let's go do that. All right, let me. I'm trying to bring you guys over here too. My bad. All right, there we go. All right, so this is my control unit. Well, I don't know. Let me bring it a little closer. Let's see. I don't know what I'm looking at. Hold on. I apologize. So this is my control unit. Now, because it's so bright, you can't really see it. And so basically, all I'm going to do is go in here and get my file. But what happens is my design also pops up. Let's see. Nope. My design pops up on the screen here. Well, you can kind of see it. It's there. It's there. I promise it's there. So it's right there in red. Now, once I get it on the screen, I'll just click the OK um, to bring it in, and then it populates on the bigger screen. So it's now right here. It has all the settings that I had set up for it for printing. So now let's go back to the big boy over here. There we go. All right. So what I normally do once I get in here, um, I like to test it. I like to make sure that my tumbler, for one, is in the right location. So for this machine and for this particular rotary, it has a clamp right here. This clamp is how you put it in there. Now, you and I both can tell this is too close. So I have to move this out a little bit so that I can put my cup in there. And then what I do is I take my cup, put it there, and then I bring this in until my cup is sitting there. And it has to be sitting pretty close because I don't want it to pop off. You want to make sure that this is really in here. And then one of the other things I'm going to do is um, set my origin. So I also move it to check to make sure that I have enough space um, with my tumbler. So I have this little um, gadget here, which is my measurement. And if I sit it here, then I know that that is probably, it should be okay. It doesn't actually touch the tumbler, but it's not too far away. Now, I probably could stand a little bit of lift to lift this tumbler up just a tad, but because of where it is, I should be okay. So I'm going to set this spot right here as my origin because remember, I told the machine that this part here is three that's not going to pop off. So let's do this. All right. Think I'm good. Nothing is touching. No metal to metal. So I'll do my frame. When I do my frame, um, my lens is going to move and the tumbler's going to move. So let's watch it. See that? So what that told me was it's only going to print up to the middle. That's not where I want it. I want it to go all the way up here. So guess what? I am going to move this up a little bit and set that as my origin. Now let's do another frame. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's right off in here. But here's something too. I really do not want it to touch these little handles. So this cup has handles on it. This where I took the handle off. So I don't want it to engrave there. So I'm gonna pull it around just a little bit. And then I'm gonna frame it once more. Perfect. All right. So now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna close this up and I'm going to start my print so that I can see where it's gonna start. I want to see what you can see. Okay, you can still see the tumbler. So make sure you're on there. There you go. Get a bird's eye view of the tumbler. Make sure, oh, maybe that's too close. There you go. All right. So I'm gonna start this, and I tell you, one of the things you shouldn't do is leave your stuff doing anything without you being there. So now it has started. Now, one of the things I'm looking for is I'm looking for where it's starting to engrave at, and it's starting in the right place. And I'm also making sure that I don't need to like rotate it. And so these letters are going to be the next thing that's going to be very important for me to see how it's printing to make sure that these numbers and things are printing properly. Now, one of the things that I'm noticing here is I probably should have cleaned my loom because I'm not sure that this is actually doing anything but burning up the paint. So we're going to see here in a minute. All right. So it's pretty cool. Can you see it doing its thing? Hold on. Move this a little bit so you can see some more how it's moving because it's really working there. So what I'm looking for again is to make sure that it is printing properly. And guess what? It is not. It is actually printing backwards. And I'm not so sure that it's actually going through besides making a black mess. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop it because what it means to me is that I probably should flip it. And it's okay to flip it. You just need to know that you need to flip it. So open this up where we can take a look at it and examine what the hey happened, man. All right. So there's a couple things um, that are very important here to observe. All right. So one thing to observe is this is backwards. So we already know that. Let me go get something that we can wipe this black stuff off with and see what really is going on. If we got some silver in the background or what. So I keep me some little clean spot towels out here. And I also, what I normally clean my tumblers with is some of the yellow awesome and then some magic eraser sheets. So let's see what happens. All right, all right. So it's doing it, and it's gonna do it. It's gonna be cute too, but it's backwards. We don't want backwards. So guess what? I'm gonna go back in the light burn, and I'm going to flip it. And guess what, guys? Once I flip it, we good. I think we're gonna roll with it, boo. Um, because if my handle's here, yeah, yeah, I think we're gonna be good. I think we're gonna be good. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to set this one down. And guess what? Remember, I have to remember I had it at an angle, right? So I want to put my real cup at an angle. But I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm gonna do. I'm also going here. I need to clean my nozzle just in case there's a little dust. Make sure there's nothing up here on my little lenses. Like this lens over here. So there are three lenses on this particular machine. And there's one way in the back corner over there. So I'm gonna put this tumbler on here. Now, interestingly enough, feels like this is longer than that one. So let's do this and put this right here. Now I'm gonna bring it in. Oh, that held on pretty tight there. All right, now I'm gonna set this like it should be right there. Now, what I have to do is make sure like none of these tabs, like that little tab there, looks so close to that wheel. I don't want any issues. So what I'm gonna do is back this off just a little bit so that I can slide this back. Because what you're trying to prevent is any contact of these little tabs where I took the handle off. It should not hit anything or it should not be close. You got to pay attention to that because if it hits your rotary, it could jump up, it could hit your um it could hit your nozzle and it could break your lens. So you have to be careful because these lenses, honey, these lenses are $70. Don't play with that. Like, no, you gotta get it right. So practice, practice, practice. All right. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Now I'm gonna go back over to Lightburn and I am going to flip my image and resend it. But before I do that, I'm gonna hit escape on the machine. And guys, let me tell you, I have made so much stuff on this pull machine. I have to delete stuff because I fill up my little thing and I haven't even, I don't even know at this point how to do an erase all. It don't even matter because I'll be like, man, look, let me just delete the one that's right here and keep moving. And that's exactly what I do. Okay. So now, all right, that was that. So trial and error. This is why I have the my little play cup, sample cup, is so that I can run tests like that. So then when I go into Lightburn, I can flip my image, which is what I'm about to do now. And so I select my image. Um, and then I just do a flip. And there's a mirror. Uh-oh, wrong way. It's a mirror it that way. There's a mirror image inside of Lightburn. And so that's what I'm doing. Um, yeah. Okay. Now I have a little. Oh, I see what happened. I had one little leaf left behind. So let me undo this. All right. There we go. I didn't select the whole thing. Let's select all of that. All right. Now let's flip this puppy again. There we go. Awesome. Very good. Okay. So now I have it. I have it mirrored, and I am going to zoom in just a little bit to make sure everything is everything. It's all good. All good. Yes. One more little step. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't, you know what, let me turn these off, that off, and then I'm going to do Okay, so it's about 8 minutes. It says it's going to take it about 8 minutes to do. Fantastic timing, which is why I thought, like, in 15 minutes I would have this done, but oh well. All right, so it's ready. I'm going to send it back up. All right, so we're ready to print, and we'll have us um, a tumbler. Now, I do not leave my laser at all. But no. If I leave this laser, it is not running. It may be turned on, but it is not running. There are no kids around. None of that. We don't need any mishaps with a laser this strong, this size. We just can't have that. Okay. So, word to the wise: do not leave your laser unattended. All right. So let me go get the file over here. All right. And I like in my embroidery, I always trace. Like there is a thing. And in here it's called framing. So I'm gonna frame it one more time. Hmm. See that? One more time. Okay. Make sure. Okay, maybe better. Because it seemed like it wasn't turning properly. So I don't want it to be too tight on there. I also don't want it to pop off. So just frame one more time and I think I'm ready to go. All right, let's let this baby ride. Let it be great. And hit. Oh, sorry, can't see. Hit. Hit. All right, there we go. All right. Anybody have any questions while that's going on? We are printing tumblers. So another thing with this laser is it has a safety mechanism where it actually does not start printing unless the door is closed. So that's another safety feature for this one. Plus, you don't want it to be open. Sure, you don't. So then, while this is printing, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll start looking at my next print, which is what I'm going to do, because I've already sent that one up there, and because I've already sent that item to the laser already, I can use Lightburn for something else. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get my next print ready for the black tumbler. And one of the things I'm looking at, I'm thinking I may want to just increase the um, I want to increase the power just a little bit. I mean, that 120 I think is really good, but I think the power could potentially be a little bit more. So I'm going to check that out. And before I take this off the laser, I'm going to take and wipe a little bit off of there just to make sure that it did do what it's supposed to do. Because to try to align it again is so difficult. So no, I'm not gonna do that at all. But what I will do is definitely um definitely try it, right, to make sure. All right, so let's get this other design. Move this in here. That's really pretty cool. I really do like using Lightburn. I probably before Lightburn, I would always use my the Silhouette, and so Silhouette started giving me issues on my MacBook. So what I decided to do was just keep it simple and my use Lightburn. So it was just to go ahead and learn Lightburn. That way, I could make my life a little bit easier and not have to worry about the woes of whether or not my design software is going to work. So that was the thing. And so I'm pretty happy now because I really like using Lightburn. I've gotten used to it. Um, it's pretty easy. I mean, to me, it feels like a lot like Silhouette. It's also um, I love the fact that in the help menu you can find anything, like literally anything is there. Like they have the best help menu. And one of the things that I really like about it um, is the fact that I don't necessarily have to um, you can just go in there and type a question, but they also have a whole bunch of videos that you can watch to go step by step of what you should be doing, what you should be looking for, all of that. So I like that a lot. Any questions? Anybody have any questions? Um, I'm looking through my little notebook because I have all kinds of notes. This notebook is actually how I ended up with my little black book of projects because I was like, you know what? I'm always in this notebook. I really need to just make sure I understand what I'm doing. So that was how I ended up doing the book, book of my little black book of projects, which you can find on Amazon. But that's how I ended up with that. It's done. Let's see. All right, let me take my little wipe over here. Okay, you should be asleep. Oh, hey, Miss Marilyn. I wasn't looking at the comments. How are you doing? Look, I call myself. I was telling Miss Linda, I'm probably the late night crafter because I'm in here doing tumblers. I watched you ladies do some bling earlier. All right, so I'm gonna tell you what I do. I normally just take my hand around here and I wipe this off so I can see if it happened. 'Cause I'm not gonna take it off. Guess what? It happened. So we're good. So literally, I can wipe this off, but when I go in the house, I clean it really, really good, and I take me a one of the magic erasers, and I mean that silver shines. Oh my freaking goodness! That did not flip. Oh my god! So see, this is how I end up with sample freaking things. Look at this. Oh my god, and it's beautiful. With the exception of that. What the hell? And you know what? It's not like vinyl. You can't take it off. So here's a word to the messed up wives over here. Um, make sure that you when you're doing your I should have grouped all of this together so that when I flip one, it all flips. That's the problem. So then this fall 23 looks like fall. It just looks bad. It's all bad. It's all bad. Okay. Oh well. Sorry. Now, what that means is that I have to go get another tumbler. But it does look good. So I don't necessarily need to change my settings, which is great. Um, but man, tell you what, there we go. Late night napping. But it looks so cool. So it looks really good, with the exception of the bottom. So there you go. It's very pretty. What are you ladies doing? Is it almost time to go back to school? Yeah, I'll go back and look right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the black one. This time I'm gonna go back over to light brand though, because you're not gonna mess up a black tumbler too. These things are so expensive. Okay, so this one I'm engraving a massive tiger on it, which is going to be very nice on this black. And then the gentleman's name. So I'm so gun shy, but this one it's only two things. It's my fault. I didn't look at it right. Man, so cool too. It looks really, really nice. And it's perfectly centered, like literally perfect. So like if I had the handle on here, so see now this is what happens. Somebody break their handle or some junk like that. So now, see that? Oh my god, it looks so good. But the user error, here we go with the user error. All right, so I'm gonna send this other one over here to the machine. me rename it. And hit OK. All right, that one's uploaded. So now, so it was only 8 minutes. So that one took 8 minutes to do. Um, it's pretty quick. Like it literally is pretty quick. Um, Let me see how long this tiger is going to take us 5 minutes and 40 seconds, it says. And it's a nice tiger. It's a nice size tiger. So yeah. So 5 minutes, 40 seconds. I'm gonna go readjust the thing. I can't believe it. It's all my fault. It's all my fault. Hey, comfortable things. How you doing? So I'm gonna try this one. The good thing is this was really easy. And 5 minutes, 40 seconds, and it's gonna be a pretty nice sized tiger, and it'll have like um his name underneath. So yeah. Um, I know. Okay, I will do that. Well, but you know what? So this laser doesn't have a camera. Are you talking about the camera I got pointed towards it? Okay, I'll make sure so you can see because I see it like off a little bit. There we go. All right. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I always have to measure it, make sure it'll fit. Open up the rotary, put it on here, close it back up. Not too close. It just needs to sit on the wheels. It cannot touch these wheels, so make sure that it's in the right spot. That looks good. I'm gonna close this in just a tad, and then I always look inside my cup. I don't think this is up enough. So let's close this one in. There we go. Now let's bring in the file. It's gonna be so nice. Okay, so bring that in just a tad more. Let's frame it and see how it's rolling on the rotary. Make sure. All right, I think I need to. Why does I feel like it's so tiny? Let me do one more time. All right, so let me do this then, because what I want is to make sure that this puppy is centered. So let me put this right here, because this is a different image, and I want to make sure that it's going to be centered. Because if that tiger is off, that might look a little weird. All right, let's frame it one more time. I think I'm good. Sorry, one more time. I'd rather frame it than not. Uh, where is that? Just a tad this way. And don't ask me. I've been doing it so long, so I kind of like get a feel for what should be right. So we're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it. Let's see. There you go. It's a good piece. And we're gonna start. Now this is black. So let me tell you one thing about black and blues and greens. They actually print a little bit differently when they're darker colors. So you have to kind of know your laser, um, know what it will do, and kind of understand what you're printing. Now, this is going to be really nice. Now, the tiger may not be as wide as I would like it, but I think it's going to be really cute though. So looks like it's coming out really nice. So yeah, and it doesn't have to be massive, but to be really nice. And one of the other things, these tumblers are so dusty because it's taking off the powder coat. And if you think about it, powder coat is really dust. So making sure that you have your exhaust on, making sure that your fan is blowing, um, definitely will help because it's very dusty and the laser gives off fumes with this. So just be mindful of that if you're using laser. Like this laser here is 150 watts. So um, it can cut through up to 2 inches of wood. And I think it's three with it's either 3 or 4 inches with the new lens that I bought. So with that, it'll be a lot. A lot. Hey, Tips. Did you guys finish your I know you guys were crafting earlier or like creating some different things. Everybody's creating something different. So I'm calling myself the late night crafter because I'm always up, like trying to get these orders out. And so I just made a fumble on the carry with this tumbler because I put the when I flipped it, I did not flip the bottom text. So I should have grouped it first. And I will do that once oh, actually I can do that now because when that's done, then I'll be ready to, oh, not really ready. I guess I'll have to go get another tumbler. But it's all good. It's all good. Yep, I did not flip it. So there we go. Now I'm gonna look. I'm gonna critique it a little bit because if there's anything I want to change, if I'm gonna do it, I'm thinking about this font. She's a girly girl. I might change this font a little bit because I designed this solely in. I designed it in Lightburn, which I like using Lightburn to design. It's really really cool. I like it a lot. And so let me find another kind of girly font. Um, put her name in something that still will stand out and be cute. Let's see. I will be back over in the chat here in a second. The other thing, note to self, never leave your laser unattended. Never. Just don't do it. Stop the printing if you have to. You got to go do something. You need to go run to the restroom. Pause. That's what the pause button is for. Use it. Hey, that's done. Yay. Give me 1 second. I am readjusting this font and we will be ready. So I need to show my frame so I can make sure I'm not outside the frame with these letters. Okay. All right. Now, make sure I like these little things I do. I'm going to add one more little thing there. I probably should have made some of these hollow. Just a second. Okay, let's go check this out. Let me grab. So this is what I was talking about. I use these little things. So for my initial wipe, just to make sure that it actually did what it's supposed to do. And they're cleanums towels. They work really well um, for cleaning stuff. So all right, let's check this black, ladies and gents. If there are any gents out there, or anybody watching on the replay. All right, and remember our toast is dusty. Now, see, this one, I already know this works because I can actually see it. So, black is really easy to see, but when I tell you the dust is real, that thing is dusty. But once I wipe it, and so what I do is I actually take it in the house. I wash it, and I have a little toothbrush. Man, when I tell you this is gonna shine like nobody's money tomorrow, it's gonna be amazing. So see my tiger. Tiger looks pretty doggone detailed. I'm okay with that. Looks good, looks good. I got these. All right, so here it is, right there. So that's it. That is, and so super cool. I like it. I'll clean it up. It'll shine more. Put the handle back on, and so when you have the handle on, it's smack dab in the center. So yep, we did it. Cool. Now I just need to get another tumbler, but oh, I think I'll let that stay for tomorrow because it's almost 1 o'clock, and I'll run that in the morning. I'll get out here and run the other one tomorrow. Clean this one up, and then I have a lot of acrylic to do. Have some awards to create tomorrow, and print those or cut those tomorrow. So I need to get these tumblers, these 2 tumblers, out of the way so that I can have the laser set back up um, for printing the awards for tomorrow. All right. Miss Marilyn, you still there? I was gonna show you that type bind. So like there is, I have all the type bonds. Let me just tell you because I'm always out here making something with wood. Um, so there's this one that's water resistant and for dark wood. So when I'm making my charcuterie boards and things like that, I use this. Then there's the green one that is waterproof. So there's water resistant, waterproof. There's the quick one. And there is the blue one that is for the quick quick seal. So let me show you. Or I can put it on here. There's another blue one. Where's my? It might be in the house. But there's a couple. And if you have a rockler near you, they sell all of them. Because rockler is where I normally go for all things wood and things like that. So this one here is waterproof. Um, this one is water resistant and it's fast as well. And then this one is also water resistant, but it's for darker woods, so that um, when it dries, you don't see it on darker woods. So yeah, and then there's another little one that I like to use that you can use on acrylic as well. But I have at least four four or five different types of tight bun, and they work really well. All right, guys. Well, I think that's gonna do me for tonight. Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, I'm Sean of Go Savvy Designs, and I do a lot of different things. Right now, we're working on tumblers and getting those engraved. Tomorrow, I will be working on awards, and there'll be acrylic awards, and I may stick some lights in them. So I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna put lights in them or not. It's gonna be a part of the design. And then I also embroider, so and quilts. Jeez, that's a lot. Okay, but I like it. I like it all. I only bling for me, so I just bling for myself. But I think that's all for tonight. Again, thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. Um, and if you haven't, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I will talk with you later. Good night. Bye. Or good day, wherever you are. Bye.